Alright, in this video I'm going to explain how I figured out how to install the Ramrod keeper in the Traditions Kentucky rifle. So the instructions for this gun don't really, I don't think they explain at all how to install this Ramrod spring. And I couldn't find really any instructions online how to do that either, so I figured out a way that works. I'm just showing you guys how I do this. I don't know if this is the proper way, but it works for me, and I'm just going to show you how I did it. So first of all, I took the barrel off and the front lock plate bolt, or the front lock bolt, and then inside here, you can kind of see this. You can see where the lock bolt goes through, right there. So actually what I did, what I'm going to show you here, I'm going to take the spring, and there's a hole that goes through it right there. I'm going to take it just like this, with the hole towards the front, and the angle towards the bottom, and then just extending back like this. I don't really know how else to explain that, but I just put the bolt through the hole on the spring, and I'm just going to screw it all in there. Come on. Okay. So the spring's kind of just sitting in there all loose. You can see that. But it's in there. And now I'm just going to put the barrel on. Okay, so now the barrel has been installed, and do a quick test here, make sure this thing works. Right there's where it hits the spring. And now it's in there. And now you can't just push it out. It's actually in there pretty good. So anyways, that's how I installed it, and it seems to work. I will just add as a final note that I decided not to use the Ramrod spring, and just for one main reason, because whenever you take the lock plate off, in order to clean it or whatever you need to do, I prefer to take the lock plate off when I clean mine. And if you don't want to take the barrel off while you're cleaning it as well, once you take that front lock screw off, the ramrod string falls off into that mortise, and it's pretty much impossible to get the lock bolt back through that hole in the ramrod spring. So I decided just to leave the spring out just because of that, because I was getting tired of taking the barrel off every time that I removed the lock plate. Another reason why I decided to just leave the ramrod spring off was because once you finish the ramrod itself, it absorbs some of that stain and the oil, so it gets a little bit thicker and it doesn't move around as easily in the ramrod pipes. So I don't have an issue with my ramrod falling out at all. It's a little bit looser than I'd like it to be, but it'll work for the purposes that I need it to. That said though, I am going to hold on to the ramrod spring in case I want to use it for future use.